Well, folks, this has been a highly requested video. People saying, Ben, you don't have a job. I need you to do what I want you to do. So go get a VW ID.4. Electric all over the place. Go get a VW ID.4 and compare it to your Tesla Model Y. So you know what? I did it. This is a brand new, this is maybe a day old. I think it is a day old. It's the first all-wheel drive VW ID.4 Pro S. And today we are going to be reviewing it, comparing it directly to the Model Y, because that's what you do. Also in this review, I'm going to stay away from, obviously Tesla has the best charging network in the world. We all know that. It's better than any other manufacturer right now, and this uses Electrify America. So I'm just gonna keep that out of the equation, even though it's in the equation. I've already said that a million times, so I'm just gonna review the car as is without charging, because the one thing as I've watched all of my reviews is some people don't road trip as much as I do. Some people don't need to use the supercharger. The only time I use superchargers is when I'm on road trips. So we're just gonna keep that out of the equation for today, and this thing is awesome. So one detail that I really like here is this white ID.4 badge and then this white VW logo. I think it's really nicely done. So let's get into it. So let's start with the battery. It is an 82 kilowatt hour battery. It's a lithium ion battery pack, and it has all-wheel drive. This specific one does, so highly comparable to the Model Y long range. Only 78 kilowatts are actually usable for range, and the range on this thing is 240 miles. Strikingly different. The lines are very different. I mean, if you ask me, the ID.4 just looks more like a regular SUV. Honestly, it looks kind of like a Toyota RAV4. I'm sorry if that is offending you. I'm just giving you my personal opinion, which means nothing. Wheels, so the front of the car here, let's start at the front. This blue is unbelievable. It reminds me of the blue they have on the Golf R. Looks really good. Also, I'm noticing this one actually comes with a cigarette in there. You can see there's a little cigarette, which is nice. In case you're stressed out with range anxiety, it lets you just burn one, and that comes with the purchase of the car. Also, you may notice that mine is sitting a little lower. I do have it on a lower suspension, the unplugged luxury coilover suspension, so that's why it looks like it does. So from a outside standpoint, I think it's a good looking car. I do like the sloped roof of the Model Y a little bit more, kind of gives it that coupe look, whereas this is more just the standard SUV look. It probably does ride a little bit higher, even with mine being on an aftermarket suspension. From what I remember, I think this rides slightly higher than the stock Model Y. But overall, it's a good looking car. I don't think it's quite as striking as the Tesla, but some people want to be more subtle. Now on to the interior of it. This is beautiful. This interior looks amazing. So you have the two-tone. This is kind of like a caramel or camel look here, with just these standard black seats with the ID stitching right here embroidered into the back of the seat, or embossed into the back of the seat. So once you sit in it, this is my first time ever sitting in one. Okay. Now this is beautiful, this screen here. And what I like about what VW did here is they didn't look at Tesla like the Ford Mustang Mach-E. They clearly looked at what Tesla did and said, okay, we're just gonna do that. We're just gonna put a tablet in the middle. VW said, nope, we're gonna do this. This is what we're doing in our other cars. And I like that they stuck to their guns on that, which opens up this center console area as well. So these have two USB-C ports here. You have, looks like movable. If you have a big drink or you want to put something in there, if you have one of those big gulps you want to suck down so your lips are blue for the rest of the day, you can do that in there. What I don't like about the interior initially is these piano black accents. That's just, I don't know why they put piano black in a car. It looks great in the showroom. It looks great initially, but keeping it clean is so hard. So more on the screen here. Let's see how responsive it is. Go to radio. Yeah, it's pretty responsive. Media. It does have heated seats, as you can see here. This is just a really clean look. And then also, there we go. What do I have to hit a start button here? How's this thing work? Engine start. So the engine start stop button is right here. Now, I will say, once you're driving an electric vehicle, especially if you're driving a Tesla, I don't know why they put start-stop buttons on them. I like the idea you just get in and it's ready to go. For some reason, they have a start-stop button. It is right here hidden. So let's start this bad boy up. Cold start. Door has a nice thud. Now, how do you put this thing in drive? So for all your drive settings, it's right here, and you kind of twist this certain ways and it puts it 1 tap up, 2 taps up. I don't know what B means, but yeah. So there's all the different drive modes, and to put it in park just like the Tesla, clicking in, and that's pretty common on most cars. I like the display that they have here. Gives you your miles per hour, gives you your range. It's perfect, it's not overdone. It's a lot of people like that it's right in front of you. On the Tesla Model 3 and on the Tesla Model Y, it's over to the right. If you're concerned about that, you're quickly going to get over it. However, this is nice that it has it right here. And again, like I said, I really like this screen. This is a high resolution screen. It's very clear. In this interior, there's not much to say about it. It's simple, it's clean. I like that it has these armrests here. You can adjust the height on the armrest by holding in this button here and putting it at different levels. So yeah, it's a clean, nice interior. They didn't try to overdo it, and I feel like VW took their own approach to it. A lot of it is similar to their current cars, but then some of it is this new EV revolution, just like with this, how the shifter is. I think it's a very clean looking interior. The other thing you'll have noticed already is the moonroof here. So we have this full panoramic sunroof, moonroof, whatever you want to call it. And it looks good. The seats are comfortable. It has several settings down here, which you can adjust the lumbar support and how high or low you want it to go. You can move the back up. So yeah, all that seems to work nicely, like it shouldn't. Like as if it shouldn't. Materials used along here. This is like, it's not plastic, it's like a hard rubber. This is plastic, and then this is some type of leather, and then this is all plastic down here. So again, very similar materials to the Tesla. And then again, piano black along here, you know, not good there. I'm already smudging it up, and over time, scratching it. I don't know why manufacturers use it. It probably because it pops in the showroom and it sells, but you know quickly after that it's going to get dirty. These controls here are all haptics, so it gives you some feedback. So if you have a MacBook Pro and you've ever clicked on it or something like that, it feels the same way. So if I slide my finger either way, you can hear that, and it kind of gives you that feedback. So kind of interesting. Interior of the car is simple. I like that it has the two-tone that breaks up the color a little bit. Let's go to the rear of the car. Check out the rear. Nice detail here with ID written on that. 2 vents in the back, and then 2 charging USB-C ports. That's nice. Back seat's cozy. It's softer than the Model Y. For some reason, the rear seats in the Model Y are very hard, and then the front seats are incredible. I'm not sure why that is, but this is a comfortable seat, and I'm 6 feet tall, and I have room here in front of my knees. So that's a good thing. It's not as spacious as the Model Y, I will say that. So there's a little pass-through port here. He has a protector on the car, so when these seats fold down, the backs are protected. But this is nice little pass-through area. You could put your skis or something like that. So that's good. And then you just have the normal armrest right here with the cup holders. So that is good as well. But yeah, it's a spacious car. It's a usable car, as you would imagine. It does have a lot of plastics on here. I don't know that I actually care that much though. Now for comparison, on the Tesla door here, again, you have that like hard rubber. You have a leather insert here. You have leather here, piano black, which this has changed to like a matte black on the 2021 Plus Model Ys, which is a great change. And then again, this is just plastic, just like the ID.4. So they are in a lot of ways similar in the build quality on the sides of them, this being almost identical to the ID.4. I'd say the seats in these are more comfortable, but on the ID.4 they're also extremely comfortable, so I can't hit them there. This specific car, so this model, is an ID.4 all-wheel drive Pro S. It's a 2021. MSRP is $51,204, so almost exactly the same as a Tesla. And really what it's going to come down to is driving this thing. What is it like to drive? Let's open up the trunk as well. We'll take a look in here. So it comes with this roadside assistance kit. There's a first aid kit. This is a bag to keep drugs in. And then this, what's this? I don't know what this is. Oh, that's a flat tire repair kit. And then this is just the level 1 charger, as you can see there, that they include with it. Honestly, it's kind of ugly and cheap looking, whereas the Tesla one is very nice. The trunk is definitely smaller than the Tesla. Let's open this one up just to show you here. Yeah, significantly smaller. So that's one thing to kind of see there. It's yeah, there's not as much depth this way. There's probably as much width, I would say, but yeah, just not as much depth to it as the Model Y has. This has 295 horsepower. This has 385 horsepower. So there is going to be a large difference in performance of them. But let's get in this thing and take it for a drive and see how it goes. Again, the Tesla interior, as everyone already knows, it's just very simplistic. So you come in here and that's it, which some people like and then some people don't. I've personally grown to really like it. It's like a refreshing way to drive a vehicle around. Reduces my decision fatigue, you know? Decision fatigue, that's why like Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day so he can make use his mind for more important decisions. So that's what Father Elon is doing for us. So let's go take this thing for a drive. I'm very excited to drive it because driving dynamics for me are a huge thing. The reason that I went with the Tesla Model Y and was excited about it is because it's a fast car. 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds for long range. I can buy an acceleration boost that will take it to 4.2 seconds, or I can buy a performance model which will take it to 3.5 seconds. That's what excites me. That's what drove me to get an EV, and that's what I think Tesla did that was so important, so underrated to convert a traditional enthusiast to buy an electric vehicle. So let's stop wasting time and get in the ID.4. Okay, driving impressions of the ID.4. Let's get the seat adjusted here. Very excited for this. So to put it into drive, there's drive, and then there's B. So there's D and B. B is braking mode, so that's your regenerative braking. If I just put it into drive, that's just gonna go like a normal car. So we'll just leave it in drive for now. Actually, no, we'll put it in B mode and we'll go from there. Also, the autopilot it has in the car, in the Model Y, you have to kind of move the wheel like this to show the car that you're still paying attention. In the ID.4, you just basically have to either touch the top or the bottom of the wheels so it knows that you're still paying attention, which that might actually be. I don't know, Tesla is good because for safety reasons, you should always have your hand on the wheel. Hey, this thing feels nice. There's also this mode setting here, so I click that button. I'm gonna put it into sport mode. Same exact graphics on something like a Golf R or a GTI. Let's see how it is. So it's quick. You can see the front end lifts up because the suspension is definitely softer in this car. I mean, the ride quality is excellent. I will say that. It is better ride quality than the Model Y. And it also feels like I'm sitting up a little bit higher in this car. So I do have it on brake mode now, so you can see the B. Really nice ride quality, I gotta say. Another cool feature that I did not know about, and when I take my finger and kind of swipe back, there is a cover that comes with the car that covers the entire panoramic roof, and it's an automatic button. So that's a really nice feature. A lot of people complain, especially in hot climates like Phoenix, that there's so much heat that comes down through the car that it would be nice to have something where it covers the roof. So this has that, and I really like that over the Tesla. Now, with Tesla, you can get covers, aftermarket, whatever, but nothing is as good as an automatic OEM cover for some extra protection from the heat, especially in hot climates like Phoenix. Steering wheel feels nice. It's a nice, the material feels just like the Tesla. The Tesla wheel's a little bit thicker, which I like. This display right here, I keep calling it a heads-up display. It's not a heads-up display, but having this display here is nice. Again, having it right here with the speed limit though, it's not something that I would say no one's gonna get used to that. You will get used to that. Don't make that a reason you don't buy a Tesla. But overall, I mean, I'm impressed. Now, the driving dynamics of this car, does it handle like a Tesla? Does it accelerate like a Tesla? No, it does not. I'm sure eventually VW will get to the point where they're making those faster cars that are fun to drive, but right now they have to make cars that are going to sell to the masses, so they have time to build maybe an R variant of this. So that's coming, and I understand why they have to do this first. But when you're going to spend your $50,000, and if you could have a car that accelerates a lot quicker and is more fun to drive, I may lean you towards buying the Tesla. However, this rides better than the Tesla, and this has 20-inch wheels on it. So mine currently has the 19-inch wheels because I'm doing testing to see which is more comfortable. Obviously the 19s are more comfortable, but I'm also going to do range testing. So subscribe if you want to see that information and more reviews like this. I would appreciate it. But yeah, this thing drives very nicely. It's quiet. We're also on a smooth road, but you can feel the suspension working. The suspension has nice travel to it. It's refined. It's quiet. I'm impressed with how they've made this thing drive. And I think part of the reason that Tesla is so stiff is because they are performance-oriented cars. They're slow. The slowest Tesla is just as fast as this. So if that gives you any idea, it's you know, they're performance cars. Okay, so I wanted to switch up the camera angle for you, and oh my god, the turning radius on this thing, I don't know that I've ever been in a car that turns like this. This is unbelievable. I could turn this around my living room table if I wanted, and I don't even have a table in my living room. That's impressive. I gotta say, like, I'm impressed with this thing, and these companies, more than anything, what's gonna hurt them in sales is not having a supercharger network like Tesla does, truly. And I don't think Tesla should give up their supercharger network just yet. I think it's a great competitive advantage, and their batteries are also better too. But this, man, it's comfortable. Like, if you just want a comfortable car that's an electric vehicle to drive around town, this is it. I mean, it's great. It's quick enough. It's soft compared to the Tesla. Sorry, I keep comparing everything to the Tesla, but that's what you're doing in your head anyways. You know, if you want something for going back and forth to the grocery store and going out to dinner, and you don't want to be polluting while you're doing that, yeah, this is a great option. I mean, that could be said for any EV. This is just getting down into the affordable price range. Plus, you still get the $7,500 tax credit on this. Travel assist is activated. What does that mean? Are you assisting my steering? Let's see. Oh, it is. Okay, so we're doing its adaptive. We're doing its self-driving mode right now. Travel assist, it's called. That's what it said. And it's steering along for me right now. I'm not touching the wheel. Take over steering. Okay, so it said take over steering. I just pinched the bottom of the wheel like this, and the warning went away. So that is easier to overcome than Tesla's. Tesla's, you have to put, like, pull on the wheel a little bit to make sure it knows you're there. So this, just being able to hold the bottom of the wheel, which is what I do a lot of the times in the Tesla, this is nice, and it's working well. There's no lines on the road here, and it's crossing the center line. Okay, so again, I don't know. I don't like to go into that type of detail. I like to specifically talk about how the car drives. I'd say Tesla's autopilot is better than any cruise control that I've ever been in. And that's why I have no interest in full self-driving. I think that's kind of a gimmick, especially because you lose the license when you sell your car. I like sport mode. Let's go into eco mode. Comfort mode, sorry. Eco, let's go into eco mode. How can you be in eco mode in a car that's electric? It's always eco mode. with any car that you're going to buy, unless there's certain cases where this doesn't apply, but for the most part, you need to go test drive them. With Tesla, walk into a Tesla dealership or schedule it online. They hand you the key to the car and they let you take it for 15 minutes, 30 minutes. When I was in Hawaii, they gave it to me for 2 hours and said, take it. Now, when you put it into eco mode and floor it, it's very, very slow, but that's fine. With any car that you're looking to buy, test drive it. Go to the dealership, test drive it, and that's what Tesla does extremely well. They know how good the product is, they know how shocking the acceleration is, and how futuristic looking the car is, so they let you take it on your own. And they sell a ton doing that. The problem is, I don't know how many VW ID.4s are just sitting around at dealerships waiting for test drives, but it would be very smart of Ford with the Mustang Mach-E and VW with the ID.4 to have a dedicated car for test drives. That's the smartest thing they could do, because driving an electric vehicle is totally different than driving an internal combustion engine, and I feel that it would sell cars quickly just because of the shock value. So that's my review. Now, I said I wasn't going to talk about the charging network, so I didn't until now. If you're going to spend the $50,000, ultimately it's your money. So don't let anyone tell you, oh, you got to get the Tesla, oh, you got to get the Volkswagen, Tesla sucks, dude. Neither of these cars suck. So I'll tell you that. What I will say is Tesla's been doing it for longer. They have more efficient batteries, and they have the charging network, which, as much as you don't want to talk about it, it would be unfair not to talk about it, because that's part of what you're buying into. You're also buying into a cult, and Elon Musk is our leader. He's a good leader, though. It's a good cult. We're doing good things in this cult. And VW, who's the VW CEO? I have no idea. So their cult is not quite as strong. What golf course is that? So ultimately, which car are you going to buy? Go drive them both. The Model Y is faster, and it doesn't have the typical interior that most cars have. This turning radius is better than anything ever, and I don't know what that is worth to you, but it's amazing. Both are good cars, and to me, if you want my opinion, what would I pick? I would pick the Tesla for two reasons. I like the look of it better, and I like that it drives, it's a sportier driving car. If neither of that, if those don't interest you, you're like, I just want to be with a car manufacturer like Volkswagen that's been around for a long time, then this is for you. So again, test drive them both. They're both nice cars to be in. This is more comfortable as a car because the suspension is more compliant, has comfortable seats. I like these armrests here. I would just sit here all day and just adjust the height on them like this. That's all I do. I like the armrests. But yeah, VW's done a nice job, and it's only going to get better as we continue to move forward. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate your support. Please like the video. That helps me out. I do this full time. That's all, and that's free. And subscribing is free. These are all free things that I'm throwing at you. I turned 30 at the end of this month, October 28th, and I'm trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. So you could give me a birthday gift by hitting that subscribe button, and then after my birthday, you can unsubscribe. You can return the gift and get your money back, even though it's free. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. We'll see you in the next video. Sport mode engaged. Yeah, it just doesn't pick up like the Tesla does, but it is quick. I'll give it that. I think it's a 5.3 or 5.2 to 60 with the all-wheel drive system.